Hello, I'm Rob McNurlin. I want to tell you about a very special event that took place at the Palace Theater in Gallatin, Tennessee. Our friend Jay Jackson put together a screening of the movie From the Cowboy's Boot Heel, which is a story about my life, film made by Steve Middleton. And after the viewing, I played a show with Kenny Vaughan and J.T. Cure, two legendary musicians and two good friends. Steve Middleton was there to film that, and here's what we came up with.
All right, thank you all for sticking around. So you saw him in the film. You're going to see him on stage here. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rob McNurlin and his Beating the Cowboy.
Early morning, almost dawn. Saddle the pony I rode in on. You know I told you I must go. As my cowboy boot heel taps out the rhythm of my soul. The sound of leather reins on the saddle horn. How I hate to leave my chorus on. Up in the mountains I see snow. As my cowboy boot heel taps out the rhythm of my soul. Don't ask how long I'll be gone. Heading for the hills of the unknown. Just what I'll find there, I don't know. As my cowboy boot heel taps out the rhythm of my soul. I may find danger, I may find strangers dressed as angels unaware. I may find grief, I may find peace, the girls with raven hair. I'll trade these jewels for things I need. God will protect me as I sleep. My inland blankets will keep me from the cold. As my cowboy boot heel taps out the rhythm of my soul. Has it been a week or a day? Is this the trail or have I lost my way? Up ahead I see your ghost. As my cowboy boot heel taps out the rhythm of my soul. Blair. Thanks for sticking around. This is the Rob McNurlin reunion tour, I guess. I broke up with myself and we're reunited now. My buddy Chance Martin used to say, be yourself whoever they are, so. And we got Kenny Vaughan on the electric guitar tonight. And JP Cure over here on the stand-up bass. Lit a host of water, but you couldn't make him dream. You lit a host of water, but you couldn't make him dream. You weren't satisfied, you changed horses in midstream. Died, and you're beating on him yet. I said I was leaving, heard it from the horse's mouth. I said I was leaving, heard it from the horse's mouth. Barn door open, your horse is liable to. Another name. That a horse of another color, just a horse of another name. I don't guess it matters, you're gonna treat them both the same. I'm going down to the racetrack, watch your new pony run. I'm going down to the racetrack, watch your new pony run. I won't wager, but I bet I'll have some fun. When I was a little boy, Dad and Mom always took us to the Kentucky State Fair to see the rodeo. Now, we took in everything else, but we went to see the rodeo. And this would have started in about '63, and so until I was in my mid-late teens, we went every year. And they always had a musical guest or an actor or something when they was changing the horses around in the chutes and stuff. And I seen Lynn Anderson and Fess Parker, but the one that really got me was the Sons of the Pioneers. And in Freedom Hall, they had these, big spotlights. And so when the band was setting up, they would just drag a little plywood stage out, and you could see the outlines of them, but you couldn't see what was going on. But the first note of music, those spotlights came on. And so if I remember right, they started with Cool Water, but when the spotlights hit them, they all had these rhinestone outfits on. And it was like a hillbilly mirror ball, you know. And I just thought, man, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And so it took me about 40 years later to write a song about it, but I titled a record of mine called Rhinestone. And here's the title cut. One little boy at the big rodeo. Broncs were all busted, the lights dim low. Out in the middle of the rodeo ring, I saw a sight that I'd never seen. The band was set up, the spotlight came on. Everything glittered, glimmered, and shone, dripping like diamonds from the outfits they wore, as stars from the heavens on the rodeo floor. Rhinestone, I drink in the glitter and gold. Rhinestone, that very night I was rhinestone. I never lost the glitter and shine. I tucked it all in the back of my mind. I'd get a fix when I felt low. I'd think about it and I'd get rhinestone. Rhinestone, I drink in the glitter and gold. Rhinestone, I'd think about it and I'd get rhinestone. Like that, Jake? Man, that's the last time I have to do that in that song, you know? Many years later, up on the stage, everything's different, but nothing has changed. Hillbilly bands in custom-made clothes. Every night I get rhinestone. Rhinestone, I drink in the glitter and gold. Rhinestone, I think about it and I get rhinestone. Rhinestone. Thinking trying to play the lead part with Kenny Vaughan standing next to me, you know? That hit me about mid-song. I thought, what the heck am I doing?
I'm glad you did.
Kenny?
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of stuff about Caton Roberts in there. When I called Caton, Roger Carroll gave me Caton's phone number, and I called him, and Roger said neither one of us ever spoke to him again, but I called Kate and said, hey, would you play on a record? And he said, now, son, I don't do any of that modern country music. And I said, yes, sir, I know what you do. And he said, well, send me some demos. And this was the first song, I think I sent him 3 songs, but this was the first song on the demo. And he called me, oh, I'd love to play that. And I wrote this on the way to Buffalo, New York. I always loved the Porter Wagner Show, and especially the recitations, like Trouble in the Amen Corner and those kind of songs. And so I ended up finally writing one of those called The Friend of the Family. And you'll just have to imagine some Caton Roberts steel guitar. When I was just a little boy, 4 years old, maybe maybe 3. One day after work, Dad brought home a friend of the family. We welcomed him with open arms, gave him a prominent place in our home. Then we gathered round and listened to the stories that he told. He told of places we'd never been. He showed us pictures we'd never seen. He could sit and talk for hours, this friend of the family. We loved this friend so much, we let him move right in. And in the evenings, we'd gather round and listen to the tales that he'd spin. We used to sit on our front porch and talk with neighbors as they passed by. With this new friend, we began to stay inside. And after table grace, we'd tell each one about our day. But now we kept quiet to see what this friend would say. Well, there was times that we'd even stay home from church because we loved spending time with this new friend so much. And our friend would be our babysitter when Mom and Dad went out. They didn't know the things he told us when they weren't around. Late one night, our friend began to swear and cuss. And I couldn't believe that our dear friend would speak that way in front of us. But no one called him down, though he should have been ashamed of the language he used in front of us that day. I guess our friend got braver and braver through the years, till the stories were filled with sex and violence, things that no one should hear. He mocked all we stood for. He questioned our beliefs. But still we'd sit and listen to this friend of the family. We sat and we listened to him yet. This friend of the family that we call the television set. Thank you very much. Well, here's a love song I wrote to a guitar. Which might be the reason I'm still single, maybe. But. So this is a Martin D45, but it's a 1984 model. And I wrote the song to a Martin D45, but it's a 1939 model. When I was a kid watching Johnny Cash on TV, he had this D45 and on some of his record covers. And I was playing a show with Kenny and Marty owns the guitar now. And he let me play it. But Marty got the guitar from Johnny Cash, who got it from Hank Williams Jr., and it belonged to Hank Williams Sr. So I was just hoping some DNA would run out from under a fret or something and get on, you know. So I went home and wrote this song to that particular guitar. She played a lonesome song like a whippoorwill. That old guitar made time stand still. Played a freight train rhythm with a wildcat whistle moan. That old guitar felt just like home. She fit like a glove, like a gift from above. The silver strings ring like a bell. Her gold's a little tarnished, she's lost a little varnish, but all in all she wears her age real well. She played a lonesome song like a whippoorwill. That old guitar made time stand still. Played a freight train rhythm with a wildcat whistle moan. That old guitar felt just like home. The roads that she rode and the miles that she drove, years and eyes and hearts that she's charmed, songs that she sang, I wish she could name names. All the folks that held her in their arms. She played a lonesome song freight train rhythm with a wildcat whistle moan. That old guitar felt just like home. Like all of us, I guess, she'd like to get some rest in a museum grave or a case. But on heaven's shore, I'm betting the good Lord will raise her up on Resurrection Day. She played a lonesome song like a referee. That old guitar made time stand still. Played freight train rhythm with a wildcat whistle moan. That old guitar felt just like home. Yeah, that old guitar felt just like home. Morning dew fades from view. So love goes. Cuckoo bird warbles a word. What he says ain't nobody knows. I've been all around this world looking for that Danville girl. From Columbus Stockade I did escape. North Carolina I did go. Heard the white doves sing, waited for a train, sleeping by the old crossroad. I've been all around this world looking for that Danville girl. Danville girl, Danville girl, looking for that Danville girl. If you see an old train line runs on time, I'll hit the track. To ride these rods, you've got to trust in God. I never once looked back. I've been all around this world looking for that Danville girl. Through the cold rain and snow, from the banks of the Ohio out to California, driving wheel, $2 bill, my companions along the way. I've been all around this world looking for that Danville girl. Danville girl, Danville girl, looking for that Danville girl. With her hair piled high and a tear in her eye, I remember her that way. My go-to-meeting clothes and the path that she chose, just turned and walked away. I've been all around this world looking for that Danville girl. I'd pawn my watch watch and chain to see her again. She's the lily of the west, but a briar in her heart keeps us apart. Never lay my head upon her breast. I've been all around this world looking for that Danville girl. Danville girl, Danville girl, looking for that Danville girl. These guys make anybody sound good, you know? I don't think we've all played together, maybe since the TV show. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
You're right.
It's been a while since all three of us.
How many years ago was it?
It was like 2000, no, it was 2010. 2010 is when we recorded. Yeah, it's been a while back. I was young then.
I was younger.
It's not that I gained weight since then, it's that when I get nervous, I swell up. As you can tell, I'm kind of nervous right now.
Well, it ain't the years, it's the miles.
Yeah, but... So, a good friend of Caton's, a man that I met through Caton, Larry Tidwell, was supposed to be here tonight, but he's in the hospital. Now, he gave his tickets to somebody, I don't know if they made it out, but he wanted to hear this song. We're going to do it just for him. This was always his favorite song, one called The Tombstone Blues. Whistle, hear that train cry, see my tears have fallen since my love said goodbye. She up and left so quickly, it didn't take her long. She never packed a leaving trunk. She was here and then she was gone. If anybody asks you why I wear out my shoes walking down these railroad tracks, tell them I've got the blues. God knows I miss her. God knows she won't be back. God knows I'll try to catch her a little farther on down the track. O'er that cold dark mountain where the trains pull slow, there's a lonesome graveyard where my love lies so low. If anybody asks you why I wear out my shoes walking down these railroad tracks, tell them I've got the blues. Tell them I've got the blues. Thank you. A big thanks to Jay Jackson for putting this on. Thanks to Steve for making the film. Thanks to the Palace Theater and you guys for coming out. I don't know all y'all of you, but I love all of you, so I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. It's time for the dance number now. Don't laugh, it really is the dance number. But we're always looking for go-go dancers. This song's about an ex-go-go dancer trying to break into country music. So if there's any wannabe go-go dancers, ex-go-go dancers, current go-go dancers, you know, I do this all the time. And one time, one lady stood up and danced half the song and then sat back down. Yeah, she couldn't take it, I guess. She was wearing a lovely ascot, though. All right, Kenny, this is called Adios, Hank. Well, I should go ahead and tell this. I wrote the chorus of this, and Marty Stewart wrote the verses, so we'll see how it goes. Tokyo Tina from Boom, Bombay, a cute, pretty kitty with a shade sachet, came to town to join the country scene. Rhinestones, twang songs, hillbilly dreams, a Gucci girl with a poodle named Steve. I heard her tell the boys when she started to leave. Adios, hanky-panky, arrivederci, hoochie coo. Sayonara to the spooner, toodaloo, pitch and woo. Adios, hanky-panky, arrivederci, hoochie coo. Tokyo Tina exuded romance, a ginger go-go-getter in the art of dance. She'd shag in the morning, Watusi at noon. I've seen her swim neath the big yellow moon. All the boys would follow her home. She'd walk them to the door and leave them alone, saying, adios, hanky-panky, there's no dancers. Arrivederci, hoochie coo. Sayonara to the spoon, toodaloo, pitch and woo. She knows hanky-panky, arrivederci, hoochie coo. Get 'em up dancing. Adios, hanky-panky, arrivederci, hoochie coo. Sayonara to the spooner, toodaloo, pitch and woo. Adios, hanky-panky, arrivederci, hoochie coo. Adios, hanky-panky, arrivederci, hoochie coo. Thank you. I've seen a couple of people kind of wanting to dance, but it was just too bashful. Maybe next time. You just can't get go-go dancers anymore. I was traveling through northern West Virginia one time, taking some back roads, and it was getting dusk, and up ahead I seen some neon, and I thought, what in the world's out in the middle of here, neon? And it was just like a steel sheet metal building with 3 big neon X's on the side of it, triple X, and it had a sign that said, go-go dancer. And I just have a feeling that's like, honey, somebody's pulling in the parking lot, get up there and start dancing, you know. We didn't stop, though. We probably need some gospel music now. tears flowing from my heart. I'm a man on a cross. Tie railroad track in the night. Trade you all my wrong for right. I'm feeling a little lost. No need to reminisce. Please don't mark me off the list. Shine a light my way. No need to part the sea. I just need some company. It's been a lonesome day. Oh, it's me again. You know you're my only friend. Save me, I'm in the lion's den. Seems there's always time to burn. Work these idle hands of sperm. It's drawing nigh to dusk, and as that last light fades, the ghost leaves, the dust awaits. All my treasures turn to rust. Far away on a hillside green, a quiet spot so serene. Can I rest my bones?